Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Live at 5 here at Old Town Quilt Shop in Orchid, California. It is dark outside. It is only 5 o'clock and it is dark. It feels like about 8. I'm ready to put my PJs on. I greatly dislike this time of year when we have the time change. But anyways, so here we are in the lovely Central Coast of California. So here is our address and our hours. So we're open Mondays 3 to 7 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday 10 to 5 and Saturdays 10 to 4. If you can't make it in to see our shop, you can always shop online on our website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. And you can also send us an email or give us a phone call. Alrighty. So why might you be calling us or emailing us? Because we have wonderful classes. So we just added a new class to our schedule. So we've got an open sew later this month, and then we also have Percy the Penguin in January. But newly added to the schedule is Posh Spring, and that is in February, and that's a 2-day class. So just a reminder what Posh Spring looks like. It's this gorgeous little umbrella with the cute little flowers underneath it and the raindrops, which are optional, by the way. The rain is optional. Everything else is required. But this uses the quick curve mini quick curve ruler. So if you're familiar with that from So Kind of Wonderful, it is a fun little ruler to use, helps you do all those beautiful curves, and no pinning is required. I know pinners are winners, but for this one you don't have to pin, which is really nice. So Michelle will be helping you do that. So that's a fun new class that we've got upcoming. And then also, if you're a bag lady, I've got the new schedule for next year up there, so you'll know all the things that we're doing. I'm sneaking in some non-by Annie classes. I know, don't tell Annie. But we've got some fun bags lined up for the whole year, so you can go ahead and check that out, sign up for the ones that you want to do. And then I have a special request for my bag making people. We'll talk about that at the end of the show. But for now, let's get to fabric, because we have one that I am super duper excited about, and we're going to start with that one. So many of you may know that I am a super fan of Natalie Barnes, who designs for Beyond the Reef for Wyndham Fabrics, and she has this gorgeous 108-inch wide fabric right now. So this is from her newest collection called Winding Road, and just the wide back has released this month, and then the rest of the collection sadly doesn't come out until April. I am just crying about this, but this is the wide back, and let me tell you what this is going to become. This is going to become a jacket, the new By Annie Bella coat. So I am making a coat out of this. This is going to become a bag. This is going to become a quilt. It will never appear on the back of any quilt of mine. Let me just tell you that. So if you want some of this gorgeousness, you better get it now before I get it all, because it is just so pretty. You'll see that she's back to her old style of the, drawn flowers, the gorgeous colors. I just love Natalie Barnes. So again, this is Winding Road, and this is a 108-inch wide back, not just for backs. Okay, not just for backs. All right, I should stop promoting this because I really want it. Okay, the other fabrics that we got are, these ones are batiks. They're called Charm. That's just the name of the collection from Anthology. But we have this really pretty kind of turquoisey blue with what looks like waves going through it, kind of, two-tone on there. So dark blue background and then the lighter color waves. And then we have this pretty green. It's a dark green background and then the lighter green leaves, ferns on there. So those two are in our batiks, and they're called Charm. And then we have this beautiful blender called Ambiance from Moda. It's just a really nice, deep, kind of not a brick red, maybe a Merlot. It's probably not showing very well at all on camera. I had this problem yesterday with trying to take a picture. It's a really dark, deep red. It's really pretty. And it has just a smidge of texture on it. It's not quite as solid, but it is not as textured as like a grunge or something. It just has just a little bit of texture going on in it. Really pretty. So it would make a great binding, or to go with something, if you've got black and white and you want to stick a little red in there, but you don't want a bright red. This is a nice deep red, really pretty. And then for our color lovers, we have this gorgeous fat quarter bundle from Wyndham Fabrics. This is foundation, and this is Sassafras Lane. So it has all the colors of the rainbow with lots of different designs in here. Really pretty. This is foundations 2, so there is a 1 out there, but this is 2. So lots of fun geometrics and good designs on there. Some nice black and whites, and pretty bundle of colors. And I can't remember how many were in here, but it's a lot, like 36 fat quarters. So it's a nice hefty bundle. This will make you a couple of quilts or bags or lots of scrappy things. Alrighty, and then for a pattern, we have this Bentley Table Runner by Sweet Janes. So a fun way to use up some scraps. It says you can use a charm pack here. So pick a really pretty mane in there. So it's the table topper and then the table runner. Oops, and the sizes on those, the runner is 18.5 by 44.5, and then the topper is 27 square. You could, of course, make that bigger if you wanted to, just to add more charm squares. But a fun way to use up some charm squares. This would be a great holiday, a quick gift. If you're looking for something, to gift to someone, use your scraps. Get those out of there. Alrighty. Speaking of gifts, we have quite a few gifty items. So I know that you have gift exchanges coming up, and so here's some good ideas for gift exchanges. So this is the Woodland Needle Threaders. So you can see they're woodland because they have little birds, there's mushrooms, and there's a bunny on there. So for those of you who hand sew and need to thread your needles, this has 2 different sizes of threaders on each one of these. No, they're not earrings, they're needle threaders. Some people have mistaken them for earrings. But they're just really pretty little, like, filigree needle threaders. So those are super cute. Then we have the sponge. So you might be familiar with the Aunt Pam's sponge. Aunt Pam, I don't know what happened to Pam. But she's not making them anymore, but this is the same concept, but it's by a company called Sponge. It's S-P-U-N-G-E. So it looks like a Brillo pad, but it is not that coarse, it is soft. But what it does is it gets all the hair or lint or threads off of your quilts, your ironing board. That's what I use it for, is to clean my ironing board. But you can get, stuff off of your projects really easily with this little guy. So makes a cute little gift. Throw it in the stocking, or for the person who has everything, they might not have these. They don't have the sponges. Alrighty. And then we also have the Mr. Weaver by Mr. Domestic. So what this does on the back side, it shows you that it helps you weave fabric in and out. So we haven't tested it yet. That's something that I really want to do. But it kind of, you go the fabric up and down, just like we used to do as kids with like the rubber bands and the yarn and things like that. But now you can do it with strips of fabric. So I think this would be a fun way to kind of make fabric. So make a woven panel of strips and then cut it into a panel for the front of a bag or something, or use it as a like the center square of, if you've got a lone robin or a round robin quilt, make it a center square for that. I think it'd be really fun, just a fun new technique, something else different to try. So maybe look for something or other next year that will be featuring that Mr. Weaver. Okay, and then other gifts, some of which we've had before. So these are by Corinne Lapierre, and these are the embroidered wool felt kits. So we had the birds before, so this kit has everything that you need to make all 5 of these cute little birds. And then we have the gingerbread man. He's adorable. And we have the needle kit. So we have a little sewing pouch. We have this one made up. We have a display of this one. We had that one before. And then we have the little doggy. And we have a heart. Super cute. So these are really easy. A lot of people say, I like to just sit at home and, in front of the TV and do these. And these would be perfect to make little gifts for your friends. And we have the kitty cat. And then we have the birdhouse. So all of these would be great gifts for people who like to do handwork, who really enjoy sitting there at home in front of the TV doing their thing. So gift them the kit, or if they, like me, are not a hand person, you could make them one. Buy the kit, make it for them, and gift it to them as an ornament. So fun little things. So we are getting to that time of year when it is time to give. And so these are some really good ideas. Okay, so speaking of giving, I have a request. So I am doing what I'm calling a bag drive. So I don't know if anyone is familiar with CASA. It's Court Appointed Special Advocates. And what they do is, it's an organization in lots of different counties. I don't know if it's nationwide, but I know that they are here in Santa Barbara County. But they work with foster children. So they appoint someone to kind of be a advocate for that foster child. So that child is in a home, and then this advocate can go and, you know, see them in their home, and they can do things with them, kind of like a big brother, big sister. They can, you know, take them out and do stuff with them. But then they also go to court with them, and they advocate for things for that child. And so I know a lot of our customers either are or have been CASA volunteers, and so it's something that's, you know, it's a really good cause. And so, and our guild donates quilts to CASA to give to the children. So anytime a child goes into the foster system, their CASA person can pick a quilt and then give that to the child. And also every December they do a Christmas party where the kids get to come and pick a quilt or a gift or whatever. So what I would like to do, and I put this challenge out to my bag ladies, but I want to put it out to everyone. It shouldn't just be bag ladies, you know, anyone can do this. So I would like to have bags specifically for the teenagers. They currently serve, Santa Barbara County CASA currently serves 135 youth from the ages of 12 to 21. So my goal is to have a bag of some kind for each child. And by bag, I'm not talking about like a tote bag or a handbag. I'm talking about like a little bag. I've got a couple of examples. Something like these that they can put toiletries in, personal hygiene items, or even, you know, their iPods or, you know, iPads or what, you know, whatever. The things that teenagers just kind of carry around with them. You know, I feel like everyone gets gifts for all the little kids. The little kids, you know, they're easy to shop for. The babies and the, you know, the toddlers get toys and, you know, clothes and everything. And I feel like the teenagers just kind of get forgotten because it's harder to buy for them. And being that they're foster children, they may not have some of these, you know, these things. They've been taken from their homes sometimes, or they're in a home living with a bunch of other people. So they might not have things that are, you know, their very own. And so it'd be nice for them to have something that is all theirs. So what I'm asking for is just a small something or other, it doesn't need to be big, that they can put things in. Now, if you'd like to fill it, you can. I do have a list of things, and I'll try and post that somewhere, a list of things that are requested, but they are like toiletry items and personal hygiene items and maybe some fun things like gift cards to put into the bags. But I'm doing this until December 15th. CASA is going to be coming on December 15th and collecting all the bags because they do a Christmas party for their kids either the 16th or 17th of December, and so then those kids will be able to choose, they'll be able to choose their own bag. So that's what I'm asking for. So if you could bring a bag to the shop, or a couple of bags, or even if you just want to donate items or money towards buying supplies to go into the bags, that would be fantastic. Now obviously this is a big request just before Christmas, and everyone's always asking for things, but we all have scraps laying around, and you can put those scraps together, throw a zipper in between, and it becomes a bag. Sort of. So anyways, if you know how to make a bag, or if you know bag makers, please, 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 we will take any and all bag donations. That would be fantastic. If you have any questions about this at all, please give me a call here at the shop, or come on in, send us an email. That's where all those informational things come in. Please contact me if you have any questions regarding this little bag drive. So again, it's until December 15th. And of course, all of this information is in our newsletter. And then again, you can, you know, call or email if you have any questions. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you watching our Live at 5 every single week and reading our newsletters. And until next week, we'll see you then.